Oklahoma's best country, K-Law 101, Jerry and Seth, the morning crew, and we have got a very special guest with us in the room. Today's unsigned indie artist catch of the day, Mr. Tim McDonald. Tim, thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Lawton. How you doing?
Now, this is not the first time you've been here, is it?
No, not at all.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that a little later on, but you've got a brand new single out right now. It's our catch of the day today. It's called Night Like That.
Yes, that's correct.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the song?
Well, the song is kind of, I had an idea. I was writing for my new record. It's called Life Worth Living, and that's the name of the new record. And I had slated to write this song with Tony Stampley, who's a big songwriter. Just got 2 Hank Jr. cuts, and he had to cancel on me that day. So I had the song already half written, so I went ahead and just wrote it myself, and that's the one that radio picked and said, hey, this should be the new single. So that's how that song came about.
All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and give that a listen? We'll give it a spin here. It's our Unsigned Indie Artist Thursday Catch of the Day, Tim McDonald and Night Like That on Oklahoma's best country, K-Law 101.
It didn't start with a drink. Sure wish I knew what it was. Sometimes love can bite you, break all the rules, and there you are, standing right in the middle. Guess you're the answer to the world's oldest riddle. I'll take one on the lips, one for the road. As a matter of fact, 2 more before I go. Don't know where this will lead, but I can tell you this fact: I want another night like that. The way your hair falls down, how your pretty eyes shine, the way you make me feel when your heart beats mine, how you love on me, I love to love on you too, and that's all I ever wanna do. I'll take one on the lips, one for the road. As a matter of fact, 2 more before I go. Don't know where this will lead, but I can tell you this fact: I want another night like that. I want another night like that. Who in their right mind would ever believe that a 10 would fall for a 5 like me? So here we are, 2 birds of a feather. Why don't we do tonight forever? I'll take one on the lips, one for the road. As a matter of fact, 2 more before I go. Don't know where this will lead, but I can tell you this fact: I want another night like that. I'll take one on the lips, one for the road. As a matter of fact, 2 more before I go. Don't know where this will lead, but I can tell you this fact: I want another night like that. I want another night like that. I want another night like that. I want another night like that.
Oklahoma's best country, K-Law 101. That's your Unsigned Indie Artist Thursday Catch of the Day. Night Like That. Tim McDonald. Great track, Tim.
Hey, thanks a lot.
You've got a brand new album out. You were telling us a little bit about that before we went into the single. How long have you been working on that album?
I worked on it about, I wrote for it about 6 months. And then I went in the studio last year, March.
Did you write everything on it?
I wrote everything but the first track, which is a Bob Dylan song called Forever Young.
Oh, you didn't write that one, huh?
No, I wish. I wish.
Now, of course, you've been in Nashville for a little bit now.
Yeah.
But before that, you spent some time here in Lawton, didn't you?
This was my second home. I was in the Army here.
Fort Sill, huh?
Fort Sill, Oklahoma. That's
awesome.
Right. That's my first duty station. Played in the 77th Army Band. I was a piano player and went to Cameron University, like a lot of soldiers do.
Awesome.
And the music department called me back a couple years ago to be the resident artist in their jazz program because I've got a jazz side as well.
Right.
So I brought my jazz trio and played with their big band and just very active in the the community.
Now, you've played a little bit of everything, haven't you? It's not just country music in your carrying sack there. You got a little bit of jazz behind you,
Yeah.
and a little bit more, don't you?
Yeah, I like to play anything that people love. I mean, music's all about what people love, and that's why we're here, is to entertain.
Right. Now, you've been playing music for a long time. From what I was reading, you got started at a very young age. How'd you get started?
My mother asked me if I wanted to play the piano. She says I was 3. I remember at 5. I think in my bio I wrote 5, but she just asked me. She said, "Son, you want to play piano?" And I was like, "Yeah." What do you say when you're that young?
Yeah, when you're 5 years old, you really don't know any different.
Yeah, and so for the next 15 years, she made me practice all the time. It was hell sometimes because I had to practice every day, and if I missed a day for holiday, we had to make it up. Me and my brother plays as well, and we fought over the one piano in the house. So
now you also had an athletic side when you were younger too. You went to college. Which college did you go to?
I went to Billy Graham's college out there in Black Mountain, North Carolina, called Montreat Anderson College.
And you played a little soccer.
I went there on a soccer scholarship because my aspirations was to be an Olympic soccer player.
I thought your aspirations might have been to be an NFL field goal kicker.
No, well,
especially after this past weekend, that's a good gig to have.
Yeah, right. Let me try out still.
There you go. Now, when you were in your teens, what was more prominent, the music or the athletics?
The athletics.
Yeah.
Music was something I was kind of forced to do, and I was writing all the time, so I enjoyed music, but I never looked at music as a profession.
Right.
I wanted to be a professional athlete, and because as a kid, you really don't think about life until life hits you.
Exactly.
So into college, I got in a college band, and we did really good, and we won a Battle of the Bands of Brevard Music College, and I just enjoyed music, and I joined the Army to play music, so then that's when I decided music was going to be my thing.
Now, the new album, how many tracks on the album?
There's 10 tracks on the album.
Is there any one, of course, other than the single "Night Like That" that stands out to you as one of your favorites?
Yeah, there's 2 of my favorites. The one I'm going to perform for you today, which I feel is great for everybody, is the title track.
Okay.
Which is called "Living Worth Living." And so whenever you're ready, I'll
give it a go.
All right.
This is Tim McDonald on Oklahoma's Best Country, K-Law 101.
Sitting here on the south end of Old Hickory Lake, trying to cram as much of your love in this old suitcase. If you knew how much I miss you every time I hit the road, the next few weeks a lonesome highway is my home, and there's a reason. 'Cause every night that I'm away from you buys one more I can spend on you. It's the insanity that keeps me sane. I miss my kids and miss my wife, and that's a drag, but that's my life. I'm giving more than I've been given, but in the end I want to make a living worth living. I keep a house full of memories inside my head. I take them with me to every town I've ever been. I walk through to every room until it's time to sing. And when I hit that stage, I forget about everything. It keeps me going. Yeah, it keeps me going. 'Cause every night that I'm away from you buys one more I can spend on you. It's the insanity that keeps me sane. I miss my kids and miss my wife, and that's a drag, but that's my life. I'm giving more than I've been given, but in the end I want to make a living worth living. I found out I've been given more than living to make life worth living. 'Cause every night that I'm away from you buys one more I can spend on you. It's the insanity keeps me sane. I miss my kids and miss my wife, And that's a drag, but that's my life. I'm giving more than I've been given. But in the end, I want to make a living, worth living. Sitting here on the south end of Old Hickory Lake, a favorite part of leaving is coming back to a living worth living.
All right, Oklahoma's best country, K-Law 101. That's our unsigned indie artist catch of the day. Tim McDonald, title track from his latest effort. It's called Livin' Like Livin'.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, and you know what, man? I got to tell you, I've been wanting to be on this station for a long time, because I used to listen to y'all when I was in the Army, and so this is quite an honor to be on K-Law today, because I've always imagined being on this station, and it's finally come.
We're more than happy to have you with us. Some great music, the album from head to toe, some good stuff, and definitely the last piece you just played for us was absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
Now, the album's been out for how long now?
I put it out on my birthday, November 12th of last year.
Awesome.
So it's still in its infancy.
Awesome. Now, of course, it's available on iTunes and on your website. And
yeah,
all
and
those.
I have it on vinyl, so on vinyl.
As a matter of fact, I've got a vinyl copy right over here. That's going in my collection because you can't find vinyl too much lately. So we wish you luck with the new album. You got a tour or anything coming up in the near future?
I'm in between radio tours. I'm going to Vicksburg, Mississippi on Friday and Saturday to play the Waterview Casino.
Okay.
So I'm playing in between radio tours. In Ohio, too, I'm touring. So I'm in and out,
Well, we'd love to get you when next time you're back in this area, when you got some dates coming up here, let us know. We'd love to get you involved in something out here with us.
I'd love to be out here.
Awesome. Once again, that's Tim McDonald, our unsigned indie artist catch of the day. You can find it at our website, klaw.com. And you can also check out his website, timmcdonaldband.com. Thanks for sitting in with us, Tim.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. We'll be back with more music right after this on Oklahoma's best country, K-Law 101.